Jason Curtis Newsted was born in Battle Creek, Michigan. He has 2 older brothers and a younger sister. He grew up on a farm and at the age of 6 was given the responsibility of looking after animals. He was tasked with looking after hundreds of chickens and rabbits. He told author Paul Stenning, "It's where I learned about life. Seeing a baby cow born right in front of your eyes when you're 8 years old is pretty intense. I was from a very strong family, and I was raised to be a strong, pure Americana farm boy." Newsted's mother taught piano, and one of his brothers plays trumpet. He was exposed to music as a child, listening to the record collections of his older brothers. His first instrument was a guitar, which he started to play at 9 years old, but he moved to bass at 14 after listening to Gene Simmons of Kiss. Newsted's music career started with thrash metal band Flotsam and Jetsam, with whom he played bass from 1982 to 1986. He wrote the majority of lyrics for their 1986 album Doomsday. On September 1986, during the European leg of the Damage Inc. tour, Metallica's bassist Cliff Burton died when the band's tour bus crashed. Following Burton's death, the group began a search for a new bassist. They considered and auditioned over 50 musicians, including Greg Christian of Testament, Gene Gilfin of Blind Illusion, Mel Sanchez of Abattoir, Mike Jastrzewski of Heathen, Troy Gregory, Les Claypool, and various others. Newsted was the last in line and ended up winning the part. Newsted said in a 2015 interview that he learned about Metallica's plan to open for Ozzy Osbourne's tour at the time. To his advantage, Newsted strategically procured the band's setlist, studied it, and presented it to drummer Lars Ulrich, saying he knew all these songs, much to Ulrich's surprise. 2 days later, Metallica invited Newsted back, and told to him that he had been chosen to fill the bassist position. The band involved both of Burton's parents in the decision to choose Newsted. After the band broke the news to Newsted, Burton's mother hugged him tightly and said, "You are the one, please be safe." Newsted's first live performance with Metallica was at the Country Club in Reseda, California on November 1986. His studio debut with Metallica was on the $5.98 EP, Garage Days Revisited in 1987, in which he was credited as Master J. Newkid in the liner notes. This was followed by his first studio album with the band, and Justice for All, which was criticized for its undermixed bass guitar and thin tone. Newsted claims this was deliberate on the part of Lars Ulrich and James Hetfield, although both Ulrich and Hetfield claim they were also disappointed with the production of the album. They claim that most or all of Newsted's bass lines closely followed the rhythm guitar lines to the point of being indiscernible from each other. However, Steve Thompson, who mixed the album, claims that Ulrich was to blame for the inaudible bass and unusual drums. Thompson wanted to be relieved of his mixing duties when Ulrich presented his ideas on the production, but Thompson was not allowed to leave and received the majority of the criticism for the poor sound quality of the record. Nonetheless, the album peaked at number 6 on the Billboard 200 and projected the band to higher success. Newsted also performed on the self-titled album Metallica, which is the best-selling Metallica album to date, as well as on Load, Reload, and Garage Inc. The live concert releases Live Shit, Binge and Purge, and Cunning Stunts, produced in 1993 and 1997 respectively, also featured Newsted, as did the live album S&M in 1999. Newsted also played bass on the song I Disappear in 2000, his last studio appearance. During his time in Metallica, Newsted also sang backing vocals on a number of Metallica songs. During tours beginning in 1989, he would often sing parts of Creeping Death, Whiplash, and Seek and Destroy, and he performed lead in most songs for 3 shows at the Summer Sanitarium tour, where Hetfield was recovering from injury. He is known for his bass solo, which included parts of My Friend of Misery and bass parts from his former band Flotsam and Jetsam. During a meeting between the members of Metallica in January 2001, Newsted proposed that the band should take a year-long hiatus, and he would use that time to focus on his side project, Echobrain. When the other band members rejected Newsted's proposals and he chose to quit the band, on January 17th, as plans were being made for the band to enter the recording studio to record their 8th studio album, Newsted made his departure public, citing private and personal reasons and the physical damage I have done to myself over the years while playing the music that I love. During a Playboy interview with Metallica, Newsted revealed that he wanted to release an album with Echobrain. Hetfield was against the idea and said, "When someone does a side project, it takes away from the strength of Metallica." Newsted countered his statement by citing Hetfield's contributions to other musical outlets. Newsted's departure from Metallica, along with Hetfield's decision to go to rehab a few months later, almost led to a breakup of the band. After Hetfield rejoined Metallica, the band finished recording Saint Anger with record producer Bob Rock filling the bass slot. Robert Trujillo became the band's new bassist in 2003. On April 2009, Newsted was present with his former Metallica bandmates James Hetfield, Lars Ulrich and Kirk Hammett, as well as Ray Burton, the father of late Metallica bassist Cliff Burton. He performed with the band alongside current bassist Robert Trujillo at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony in Cleveland, Ohio. It was his first performance with the band in nearly a decade, their last performance together having taken place during the VH1 Awards at the Shrine Auditorium in November 2000. Both Newsted and Trujillo performed on stage at the same time, which was a first for the band. In August 2016, after being out of the public eye for 2 years, Newsted formed a new acoustic group named Jason Newsted and the Chop House Band, and had scheduled several performing dates throughout the fall. A fan-made video showed the band with Newsted on acoustic guitar and lead vocals playing the Woody Guthrie classic This Land Is Your Land.